Have you ever opened Instagram just for a few minutes and somehow you ended up feeling like your life is not good enough? At first, it feels normal. You're just scrolling. You're just going through people's stories, people's Snapgram. But then you start seeing things. Things like someone your age already achieving something big, someone traveling, someone in a good, healthy relationship, someone who seems happy and confident and successful. And then you start comparing, you start questioning yourself like, what am I doing here? Why am I not there yet? Why am I not experience those kind of life? And then you keep scrolling to avoid to seeing those things. You keep scrolling and scrolling, but instead of feeling better, you feel more miserable about yourself. You feel more tired. And let me ask you one thing. Are you really living your life? Or are you just there to performing them? You can save your answer. Good morning, everyone. My name is Humairo, and today I want to talk about something that very close to us, which is the pressure to be perfect on social media and how it affects young people like us. In this speech, I will explain why social media creates this pressure, how it affects our mental health, and what we can do about it. Because this is not just about social media, it's about how we see ourselves. And actually, this is something that we experience almost every single day, but we just rarely talk about it. Anyway, social media is designed to show the best moments of people's life. People don't post their failures. They don't post their breakdowns. They don't post the nights when they feel lost. They post highlights. The highlights, the best moments, the good ones. Moments that looks happy, moments that looks successful, moments that looks just perfect. And when we see that every day, again and again, 7 times a week, we slowly start to believe that that is the normal life we should achieve. That is the normal life we should experience. According to Royal Society for Public Health, platforms like Instagram can increase feelings of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem among young people. And why is that? Why is this happening? It happens because we constantly exposed to these unrealistic standards. Perfect body, perfect skin, perfect lifestyle, and even perfect daily routine. And without we realize it, we start comparing our everyday life with someone else's best moments. And that is not fair, guys. And we even slowly start to think that normal is just not enough anymore. And when we feel like that, we begin to change the way we see ourselves. Something that used to feel okay, something that used to feel enough about ourselves, start to feels like it doesn't enough anymore. The way we look, the way we talk, the way we live our life, and we start thinking, maybe I should do more. Maybe I should look better. Maybe my life is too ordinary. And at some point, we stop accepting things as they really are. We start adjusting ourselves to match an image that was never real in the first place. For example, someone posts photos on social media or on Instagram, specifically a great photos, a nice cafe, good lighting, and a big smile. But what we don't see is everything outside that frame. Maybe that photos took 20 tries. Maybe that is the only good spot in that place. Maybe their day doesn't as perfect as it looks. We don't know that because we don't see that part. We only see the final result. The pressure to be perfect on social media does not just stay on the screen. It follows us into real life. A study published on American Psychological Association found that high social media use linked to increased stress and emotional exhaustion among young adults. Many students feel afraid of missing out. They feel insecure about themselves. And this is not always because they are doing too much. It's because they're simply trying to be someone else they saw on the screen. We smile for pictures, even when we're not feeling like it, even when we're not okay. We edit our faces until we don't recognize ourselves anymore, until we don't feel comfortable with our real feature. We post things not because we want to, but because we simply want to be seen. And we even chase validation through likes, as if our worth depends on it. And the worst part is, this becomes normal. And we don't even realize it's happening. And here's the truth. Social media is not completely the problem. The problem is the pressure to be perfect. We live in a culture where being real feels risky and being perfect is required. We're afraid to show our flaws, we're afraid to look imperfect, we're afraid to being judged, being freak, being cringe. But let me tell you one thing. Perfection is not real. And when we keep chasing something that is not real in the first place, we will never ever feel enough. So, what we can do about it? First, we need to be more aware. We need to remind ourselves that what we see online is not the full picture. Second, we need to kinder to ourselves. We often very understanding to others, but very harsh on ourselves. We compare ourselves with others, we say negative things to ourselves. Guys, maybe it's time to stop those bad behavior. And third is we need to normalize being real. Not perfect, not always happy, because being real is already enough. So next time you open Instagram and you feel like your life is not good enough, pause for a moment and remember this. You are not behind, you are not lacking, You are not less than anyone else. You're just seeing someone else's highlight, not their whole reality. And your life is not a competition. And your worth is not measured by likes. So stop trying to be perfect for the world. Let's start being real for ourselves. Because in a world full of filters, being real is rare. And that is your power. Thank you for listening to my speech. I will see you next time.